Have you ever wondered what the difference is between Halloween and Dia de los Muertos, or commonly known as Day of the Dead? These are two distinct cultural celebrations that occur in close proximity to each other in the calendar year, but they have different origins, meanings, and customs. Let's talk about the origin and cultural significance of Halloween. Halloween has its roots in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, a time when people believed that the boundary between the living and the dead was blurred. It was later influenced by Christian traditions, particularly All Hallows Eve, the evening before All Saints' Day. What is the significance of Halloween? Halloween is often seen as a time for spooky fun, celebrations, and entertainment. It has evolved into a secular holiday in many places, characterized by costumes, trick-or-treating, and parties. What are the origins of Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead? Dia de los Muertos is a Mexican holiday with indigenous roots, particularly from the Aztec tradition, combined with Catholic elements. It honors deceased loved ones and celebrates their lives. The significance of Dia de los Muertos emphasizes remembrance and celebration rather than fear. It is a time for families to come together to honor and remember those who have passed away, believing that the spirits of the deceased return to celebrate with the living. Customs and traditions of Halloween. Common activities include dressing up in costumes, trick-or-treating, attending Halloween parties, and decorating homes with spooky themes such as ghosts, witches, and pumpkins. Some of the symbols of Halloween include jack-o'-lanterns, skeletons, bats, and ghosts. The color scheme typically involves black and orange. What are some of the activities for Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead? Families create altars or ofrendas in their homes and cemeteries, adorned with photographs, favorite foods, and items that belonged to the deceased. They may also participate in parades and other community events. Some of the symbols for Day of the Dead include sugar skulls, also known as calaveras, marigolds, incense, papel picado, or decorative paper, and candles. The colors used are often vibrant, featuring yellows, purples, and pinks. What are the attitudes towards death between Halloween and Dia de los Muertos? For Halloween, often embraces a playful and sometimes macabre attitude towards death, with an emphasis on horror and fright. It can celebrate the supernatural and the idea of the unknown. For Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, presents a more reverent and celebratory view of death. It acknowledges death as a natural part of life and emphasizes the importance of remembering and honoring those who have passed, rather than fear. The holiday promotes joy and connection with ancestors, celebrating their lives through memories and offerings. Halloween is celebrated on October 31st. The festivities often begin in the weeks leading up to the day, culminating in a night filled with activities. The celebration lasts primarily for one day, although preparations and related events can extend over several days or weeks. Dia de los Muertos is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd, coinciding with the Catholic observances of All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. The celebration can begin as early as October 31st and continue through November 2nd. The holiday is more extensive than Halloween, often involving multiple days of activities, rituals, and gatherings as families remember their deceased loved ones. Halloween is primarily celebrated in the United States, Canada, and parts of Western Europe. While it has gained popularity in other regions, it remains largely a North American tradition. The celebration has become commercialized with significant emphasis on costumes, candy sales, and themed events. Dia de los Muertos is most prominently celebrated in Mexico, but it has also gained recognition in various parts of the United States, particularly in areas with significant Mexican communities, as well as in other Latin American countries. The holiday is deeply rooted in Mexican culture and traditions, and it has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. It emphasizes family, community, and cultural identity. While Halloween and Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, share some similarities, such as their proximity on the calendar and their connections to the theme of death, they are fundamentally different in their origins, meanings, customs, and cultural contexts. Halloween leans towards a more commercial and sometimes spooky celebration of fear and fun, whereas Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a heartfelt remembrance of loved ones, highlighting love, respect, and cultural heritage.